And this one's going to go 20 minutes. And there it is. The gate is down. It looks like once again Mike Brown rocketing out there into that hole shot position. Sure enough, into the Bell Moto Force #1 machine. He's followed by Jay Weller, Sean Hackley Jr. Good to see Sean up and at it. Preston Mall, Darren Durham, Franklin Noguera Jr., Donald Alford, Jeff Luke, Brad Smith, and John Moeller. But already a shake-up in those positions as they work their way into the commandments. It's still Mike Brown out front. I think Wheeler able to hang on through there. Nope. That's Sean Hackley Jr. putting himself into that #2 position. Awesome to see Sean out and racing at the ranch. Spent a lot of time with him over the years on the road. Making a heck of a drive right now around the outside. Hackley trying to make the move. Mike able to pull the trigger on that big triple. Drifts that thing sideways, and here he comes. Going to make his way to the front of the track for the first time. Hey, Hannah Hodges, we need Hannah Hodges to the office, please. Hannah Hodges to the MX Sports office, please. Mike Brown now feeling a little heat. Hackley as well feeling a little heat. I think that's the, it might have been 59. Yeah, that's Durham working his way up in on Hackley. Durham not afraid to get in there and rub elbows with anybody. As a matter of fact, kind of likes it, so. Hackley trying to make a break for it and trying to go around the outside. Does he have enough momentum to get past Brown? Durham having a fight on his hands. Durham trying to hold off that number 78 machine of Franklin Noguera Jr. So officially after one, Mike Brown with a .33 lead. Still able to hold off Preston Mall there, that number 65 machine. Darren Durham in the hunt, Franklin Noguera Jr., Jay Weller, Brad Smith, Dennis Stapleton, Jeff Luke. Looks like Durham now securely into the second spot. Able to make his way past Hackley. They're side by side there for a good bit of that one. Preston Mall, the next victim. Durham able to make his way by. Looks like he's putting himself into the second position firmly. Preston Mall not giving up, taking the fight right back to Durham. Oh, crazy line by Durham. Jumped across 2 ruts, trying to smooth this track out. Preston Mall back there stalking him, trying to make something happen, being very patient on that 65 Husqvarna. Trying to get an idea. Here they come in front of us right here. Trying to get in. I believe that is Noguera Jr. I think he's still holding on that number 78 machine. Is that him? Yep, that is. So Noguera still in there. Durham, though. Oh, Mike Brown almost goes down in that famous left-hander down there. Catches everybody by surprise. And look at this. Preston Mall almost lands on the rear fender of Darren Durham. Had to check up right there. Working their way right through the finish line. Down and over the tunnel of love there. These guys head back behind the billboard. Got a very cool shot where these guys go at level and back under the billboard if you're watching it on TV. Very cool to see. Look through the blades of grass and stuff and see these guys coming back through there. Excellent camera work, and I got to tell you folks, world-class drone work that we've had. RacerX guys just doing an amazing job. Daniel Rogerson, our pilot. Mike Brown under attack. Darren Durham right there all over him, the Fast House sponsored rider. Coming out of PA, longtime friend of Darren's. Worked together on a couple projects with 1110 mods and some Hondas and stuff years ago. Had a great time. Saw his work ethic back then. He just was a super hard charger and Didn't have as much support as a lot of people, but I'm going to tell you something, could take advantage of every opportunity given to him, and he always did. And Darren Durham right now trying to chase down the elder statesman of the class, Mike Brown, 47 years young. Durham, 30 years old this year. Preston Mull dropping off the pace just a bit that time around. Last time the gap was about 0.3 of a second. Almost 3 seconds this time, so. I tell you what, Noguera not going away back there. Noguera just kind of hanging out. He's still part of this lead pack. Oh, Preston Mull drifting up around the top of that corner. What's the gap going to be this time? Mike Brown, 2.58 over Darren Durham, 3.6 back to Mull, and Noguera another 1.5 seconds back to him. So like I said, Noguera riding in a great place in that 4th position, just kind of taking it all in, watching all the lines, staying on the same section as the leader. So good ride by Preston Mull. Brad Smith in the number 5 spot. Jay Weller rides in 6. Jeff Luke continues to ride in that 7th position. Dennis Stapleton in the 8th spot. Nicholas Hayes in 9th. Justin Kraft in 10th. John Muller in the 11th spot. Terry Otten Jr. rides in 12th. Logan Parks in the 13th position. Michael Bitus in the 14th spot. And Billy Lee rounds out the top 15. About 6.5 minutes down in this one. 13.5 minutes to go. 3 laps in the books. And Mike Brown, we know one thing about Mike Brown, he's not going to get tired, that's for sure. You're not going to wear him down, especially in these kind of conditions we have today. I believe we're right at the upper 80s, just below that 90-degree mark, I believe, and don't have quite the humidity. No, we're not humble at all. We don't have any humility. But anyways, humidity, thank you, humidity. As we had in past years. So a bit higher than earlier in the week, but still very comfortable by Loretta Lynn standards.
No doubt about that. Preston Mull, look at this, about ready to get under some pressure here for that 3rd place position as Franklin Noguera Jr. is back there in that hunt for 4th place position. He was a 1.5 seconds behind, but as we watch this one roll through the Thor sweeper turn in front of the Polysport Pond, it looks like at times it's a lot closer than that, as our leaders Brown and Durham are running about 1.7 seconds apart, 3 seconds back to Preston Mull, and then 1.5 seconds between 3rd and 4th. That's what it was at the end of lap 3. At the end of lap number 4, it's 1.2 seconds. So things are tightening up out there. 157, just over that for Franklin Mull, just under a 157 for Franklin Noguera. Working on 8 minutes into Moto number 1. Mike Brown still out front on board that number 1 machine as he works his way down the short chutes here. And somewhat uncontested it seems like, but look how much closer you see the 59 machine of Darren Durham. He's pulled in within 1.7 seconds. 152.3, 0.9 of a second faster than Brown that last time around. Not saying Brown ain't got, Brown can't pick up the pace and things of that nature, but he may be about to feel some pressure that he may have not been expecting in this junior 25-plus class.
Double D's a gamer, man. I'm here to tell you, at any time that guy could put you, he can show up anywhere from Mammoth to any of these big amateur events and just pull the trigger and get out there. But I got to tell you something about experience. We know the experience on the track and this and that. Look how Mike Brown's bike works. Look how well set up that bike is. It's just absolutely crazy. And that's just years of knowledge, years of setup. Knows what he likes, knows what the bike is and isn't doing. And not that these other guys aren't good setup people too, but you got to say he's had a little more experience setting bikes up as well as riding bikes.
Well, I think Darren might know a thing or two about it as well. Isn't he a part of that PR2 crew over there?
Absolutely. That's his family. I'm getting ready to go that direction, but I was going to say likewise right behind him. As we know, these guys have helped me many times with my equipment, and the PR2 guys, I don't care what brand you ride, they can set that thing up, dude. They can make it happen. And look at his bike.
Oh, yeah.
His bike handling well, too, but it's just an observation of Mike Brown's machine.
0.7 of a second, 154.186 to a 153.179, 1 second faster virtually. And behind the billboard, we roll down by the mechanics, the Yamaha mechanics area. And Mike Brown getting that pit board. You got somebody right behind you.
Yeah, and you know, look at Durham. Durham's having a good time out there. Durham's not taking these big inside crazy moves. He's not running up. He's not charging in on him right now. He's really having a good time riding that bike.
Yeah.
And maybe saving something for the end. But truly, looks like he's out riding with his buddies. And every time he gets on the bike, Darren Durham has a good time. I can't say that for everybody.
He's testing the waters. I think he's just kind of seeing what's going on, seeing what kind of aggressiveness he can get out of Mike Brown, and then at the same time, maybe push him in a little bit of a mistake, get inside his head a little bit. You know, Mike comes in here, a lot of folks expecting Michael, and for obvious reasons, to be the Junior 25-plus class champ. The road to the 25-plus championship goes through Mike Brown. I mean, that statement has been made on several different occasions, and maybe Darren Durham's like, let's test the waters and see what it's like.
That's right, man. And you know, that guy's done everything. He's done the nationals. He's done a little bit of different kind of off-road racing. He's done some supercross stuff. He's done the free riding stuff. You know, he's just been involved in a lot of aspects of dirt bikes. The guy just loves to ride his dirt bike.
Well, looking back through the rest of the field, just give you an update on how everyone else is doing in our top 10, 15 or so as we watch the battle between Brown and Durham as they make their way around for lap 5 complete. Mull back there in 3rd, Franklin Noguera in 4th, Brad Smith in 5th, Dennis Stapleton 6th, Nick Hayes 7th, Jeff Loop in 8th, Jay Weller 9th, and Justin Kraft rounded out your top 10 a few moments ago. And look at this, 0.7 now, 1.345. So Brown has opened that gap back up. Brown goes to a 153.9. Durham drops to a 154.5. And again, maybe just testing the waters. They went through some lap traffic there also, so we'll see what the next few laps have to offer as far as the challenge for first place. We're now heading into the second half of the Moto. We talk about the endurance, we talk about the training, we talk about how strong the #1 of Brown is late in the Moto, and what about Darren Durham? Is he the same type guy? And, you know, watching here in the early part of the Moto, looks like he's just kind of riding like he's maybe saving that energy, and just like Mike Brown. Oh, look at this. He's starting to pick up the pace right on the rear wheel. He might be either he's smelling some blood in the water, or again, he's just going for it at this particular point.
I be honest with you, I just think he had a good drive, a good line. Look at him, because he's still not being totally aggressive on the throttle and that type of thing. He's letting Mike know he's there, and like I said, he's having fun. Look at him.
Yeah.
I mean, he's having a good time. Yeah, he wants to win in this and that, but believe me, he's going to be talking about the race more than the medal tonight.
Oh,
okay, for sure. Okay.
Talk about how he closed up on him, showed him a wheel here, showed him a wheel
and
there.
Look at this.
Trying it again as they come off the Rocky Mountain Sweeper turn now into the heart of this race course here as they wind around the twisties and into, well, over the Kawasaki tabletop there, and more lap traffic just ahead of them. And again, you know, Brownie getting held up by some lap traffic now. And, you know, Double D not really even taking a whole lot of advantage of that. I mean,
let me tell you what's crazy about that, Rodney. Double D saw him go into that rut behind that lap and followed him. He could have absolutely taken the outside line. I'm telling you, that's crazy, dude. Durham's back there riding, having fun right now with his buddy.
I think you're absolutely right.
He followed him right into it. He had every opportunity to go around it.
I mean, he keeps reeling him in, and then he lets him go away. Reels him back in, lets him get back away.
I saw him sit down, pull a wheelie and a tail at the same time.
I thought Mike Brown might have made a little mistake in that turn, but he just executed it so well that it blew my mind.
Yeah, right. But I literally, look at this. Durham literally has a wheel on him right now.
He just, that's what he was waiting on.
That's class.
That's what he was waiting on right there.
I'll give it to him.
That right there is what Darren Durham, I think, was waiting on. He wasn't pushing the envelope. He knew he didn't have to get aggressive. He just knew that he had to find a faster place on the track, and a lot of it may be, well, it might be all of it. The way things are starting to look now is Durham wicking it up and starting to put some distance between himself and the defending champ of this class.
Well, I told you, Double D's a gamer, dude. Anywhere, anytime. And it was funny to me, dude, that he kept pulling up on him. And I think he just wanted to be side by side, have some fun through the Ten Commandments. Who wants to go in with your buddy in a corner where you can't see him?
Right. And it's not over. Brownie's not relinquishing that number one spot so easily. Coming into this one, Durham actually finishing second in Moto 1. So this would leave these guys tied heading into the third and final moto. So at this particular point, Brownie, I'm sure, is starting to think a little bit about this as we're starting to see a little bit more aggressive riding. Look at the lines, line choices of Brownie now. He's going up high and wide, trying to find those smooth lines that some of the riders are talking about. Those smoother lines oftentimes give you a little better lap time. So he's searching. He wants to get back up and around there in Durham for that first place position. And Durham just out on that ride. Check him out.
Man, I got to give it up to Franklin Noguera Jr., Brad Smith, Nick Hayes, Jeff Loop, Justin Kraft, Dennis Stapleton. Those guys have been in a battle this entire moto, almost locked in those positions, but nobody playing follow the leader. All these guys swapping back and forth, trying to find ways around. But look how close that racing is. 158, 159, 159, 200. I mean, these guys are running very similar times, and look at them packed up on the track. I mean, that's incredible.
It is, and right now, packing up and stacking up, it's still Double D. He's slicing and dicing through some of the lap traffic out there, and all the while still putting distance between himself and the number one of Mike Brown. Wow. Very incredible statement there by Darren. And again, not even a statement, just an incredible ride by what he's making out here today. And look at this, Brownie trying to get through that lap traffic again, still not letting Darren Durham get any further away than he possibly can. I mean, we're coming up on a 2-lap card right now. That might change the face of this race. Brownie,
possibly.
Yep. So don't think that this race is over by no stretch of the imagination. Look what we've seen since we've came back off break, Megawatt. The college 18 to 24 class, that girls class a few moments ago.
Katie Benson and Samples and Sophia and are you kidding? Durham down. See, there we go.
Exactly.
In that same spot. I gotta believe, man, the shadows have a little bit to do with that.
Yeah, he had just enough room that he gets back up barely in front of Mike Brown. Yes.
No, we're not seeing this.
Yes,
Look
we
at
are.
This.
And
he gives him a glance over. Now he's going to go wide and give him room.
Wow, Moto 3 is going to be off the hinges, my friends. Whenever it comes time for that, I got to get down to the podium.
I think
two-lap card coming out right now.
Absolutely. Well, back behind the billboard they go. One of my favorite shots if you're watching RacerTV, the entrance and exit of the billboard corner. Absolutely incredible. A little bit of a miscue there for Durham. No, yesterday took a soil sample as well, but able to get that thing back up on 2 wheels. It still looks like he's just as relaxed as could be and having as much fun as he was before he went down. Don't see my man, let's see here. Sean Hackley Jr., he was up front early in this one. Haven't seen him circle by here for a while. Not sure exactly what's going on with Sean. But Mike Brown still in that second spot. Preston Mall, man, that guy, he's put in a great ride. That 65 machine, him and Franklin Noguera within distance of each other the whole time and challenging each other throughout this whole race. And just not able to take a definitive lead here, one over the other. So Mall holds on to that third spot with authority. But Noguera and Brad Smith, these guys hanging in there in our top 5. Forest Lane, you are needed to the MX Sports office, please. Forest Lane. Looking for the white flag. Take a look. There is the number 59. Darren Durham working his way through. Mike Brown right behind him. So final lap. White flag is out. These guys going to be tied up going into the final moto. 2-1 and 1-2. So going to be a dead even heat, going to be a fresh slate as we move into moto number 3 of our Junior Plus 25. Behind the billboard, Darren and Mike Brown into the Bell Moto Forest coming out back out of the shadows into the daylight. Gotta wonder how that's affecting these guys today. I've seen several little tip overs in a couple of those corners over there. One corner in particular. Gotta wonder, some of those ruts are a little deceiving inside those dark shadows. So Durham, Brown, Mall, 1, 2, 3. Noguera Jr., Franklin Noguera Jr. in that 4th spot. Brad Smith in the number 5 ride. Justin Kraft in the 6th place. Dennis Stapleton rides in 7th. Jeff Loop holds down the number 8 ride, while Jeff Weller takes up the number 9 spot, and Riley Broke in that number 10 position. Terry Otten Jr. rides in 11th. 12th is owned by Nicholas Hayes. Michael Bidas has that 13th spot, while the 14th spot is Darren Downs, and Tracy Cloy rounds out the top 15. This time around, checkered flag for the number 59 and Darren Durham. One last time through those shadows and back out into the heart of the racetrack. There he is. Coming through the beach one more time, the number 59 machine. Closely followed by Mike Brown. I mean, closely followed by Mike Brown. And there it is. Checkered flag is out. Darren Durham with the win. Mike Brown only 2.2 seconds behind. So incredible ride by both of those guys. One of the funnest races to call ever. What a great time. Looking for that 3rd place right up, down out of the corner right now. So should be making his way through here in just a second. A bunch of guys still stacked up out there in the middle. These guys racing right through the middle of this track. There comes that Husqvarna right now. Looks like Preston Mall. It makes it official. He is in the 3rd position. So Durham, Brown, and Mall. Mike Brown with the whole shot. Plus 25. Junior plus 25. Not disappointing. Holy cow. Mike Brown out to an early lead after that whole shot. Darren Durham put himself into that 2nd position about 3/4 of the way through that first lap. Those guys not separated by more than about 2.2 seconds for the whole entire 20 minutes. And all right, Rodney, you ready down there?
Yeah, we're ready. We're getting all things set up down here, and I'll tell you, feeling the heat off of that one right there. Darren Durham making his way up to the podium. Big sigh of relief and a big Moto win as he takes gold here in Moto 2. Puts her hands together for Darren Durham.
Double D.
Wow, dude, great race, great battle. Had so much fun watching that. I mean, it was, wow, just take us through it.
Well, yeah, Mike got the whole shot. Brownie was out front, and he's so solid here. I mean, he's solid everywhere, but he was just putting that together really good laps, so I followed him for about half the race. Saw where I could make a move, and then made it, and then I slipped up and fell, and he got close again, but made it a good race for everyone.
Made it a great race, and putting you in a pretty good position. I think you got 2nd in that first Moto, so with a 2-1 and a 1-2, you guys going tied into that 3rd Moto, man. This has got to be pretty exciting for you.
Yeah, it's going to be a showdown, so I'm looking forward to it. I'd like to thank everyone who helps me out. PR2, my brother Shane, Twisted Development, Hinson Clutches, Pro Circuit Exhaust, shoot, so many people. Fast House, 100%, Garnet, Sunstar Chains, just everyone that keeps the program going. Dunlop Tires, always hooking up great. And man, I'm just having a blast. It's pumped to be back here at Loretta's.
Hey, man, we're glad to have you. Darren Durham, ladies and gentlemen, your junior 25+ 2nd Moto winner. Let's bring our 2nd place and silver medalist up here in Moto number 2, and also your whole shot award winner, if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Mike Brown, as he makes his way up to the podium. We'll congratulate him on an exciting battle out there, of course, and I'm sure he had himself a good time. Come on up, Mike. Hey, somebody tap him on the shoulder. All right, put your hands together for Mike Brown, ladies and gentlemen, taking the silver here in Moto number 2. And Mike, I tell you, as we, you can come on around here if you want. And as you get yourself a whole shot award as well. I tell you, man, got to make it excitement for you. I know coming in second, it's always a bummer, but having competition, that's got to be great.
Oh, for sure. That's what it's about. You know, last year when Ricky was here, and it was always, you know, the 40-plus was always great and good training, but you go with these guys, it's another 3 or 4 steps up, and, you know, it shows. You know, I can run pretty good in the 40, and come here, and these guys are battling, so it's, yeah, I got to start. I didn't really want to get the whole shot. You always want that, but today I didn't want it because, like what happened yesterday with Deere, I mean, I kind of like to follow and see where he's going, and kind of the same for him, see where my lines were, but that's racing. I got to start and put the Yamaha up there, and we'll go to Saturday and see what happens.
Yeah, man, good luck to you, buddy. Who do you want to say thanks to?
Yamaha, FXR, Rock River, Cycle Trader, Oakley, Dunlop tires, you know, Alpine Star boots, everybody. My mechanics here for Donnie from Yamaha, Michael, Rick, my mechanic Rob helping me from Triangle Cycles too. So it's all a big crew, you know, that's what it's about, the blue crew, and we'll fly out till Saturday.
All righty, man. Good luck to you. Mike Brown there taking second and the silver here in Moto 2. A tie going into the National Championship Moto for Saturdays. They keep talking about there, of course, and we're looking for a showdown here at Loretta Lynn's as we get our third place rider up here. And again, this is going to be Preston Null. I'm thinking there, right? I believe so. He's coming up with a big smile on his face, so that must be the case. Preston. Oh, got a beach ball coming at you and everything else. Congrats. What up, dude? That right there's the way to make it happen, man. And coming into Loretta Lynn's, this junior 25-plus class, you know there's always going to be some competition. And, wow, you're part of it.
Yeah, thank God, dude. It's so fun. I blew my ACL and MCL out in March, and I haven't ridden in 4 years. It's just an honor to be here and being able to, you know, show a wheel to these guys for 2 laps even.
Yeah, no doubt. So got to be some great incentive. How are you looking as far as the overall is concerned going into this one?
I went 3-3. They went 1-1 and 2-2. So third place is looking pretty solid as long as I can stay consistent.
Wow, that's pretty interesting. And who knows what Moto 3 is going to bring, right?
That's correct.
Who do you want to say thanks to?
I want to say thank you to Fly Racing, 60 helmets, 100% goggles, Recluse Racing clutches, Enzo suspension, Guts, No Toil, Evans Power Sports. I really couldn't do it without you guys. Look at everyone, man. We got thousands of people here at the same place at the same time, and they're all elite. It's sick. It's an honor.
It most certainly is. Ladies and gentlemen, Preston Null taking third and set himself